So you'll recall at our last meeting that we agreed to request, and were told by officers that we could indeed get a full list of premises and rents being charged, and further detail on rents being charged for those premises, to help us continue our scrutiny, which is, is gaining and hopefully still has some momentum. Now, you'll notice from your papers that we haven't got that information, and of putting it diplomatically, that's the subject of some frustration for me. I feel that we should have been provided that information promptly. I think it's information that exists already. It's not some. It's a list of database of information that we should be able to access pretty quickly. We were requesting it on pink papers because of the concerns that officers had raised about the commercial confidentiality of that information. Thanks very much. I don't feel that we can continue our scrutiny until we get that information and are able to dig into that information. This item merely is to update you on that, to tell you that I'm continue to push as hard as possible in order to get that information, and I'm confident that we'll get it. But we need to get it quickly, because as ever, we've just talked through our work programme. Getting it in a timely fashion is just as important, and we need to get it urgently. So I'm working with Shelley, and I'm working with other people in order to get hold of that information quickly. And if anybody got any comments on where we are with that, then please go ahead. So we've got Catherine, then Paul, and then John.
I didn't mention it last time when we discussed it, but I do think there is an argument for this being quite sensitive information, because it is quite a complicated process how rents are set and what people end up paying.
Yes.
And if it is made public, without actually having seen any of it at this point, I do think there is a sense in which it could look very unfair, because it's quite a complicated arrangement, some of which is historic, some of which is commercial. I'm not ruling out making it public, but I do think there are some real sensitivities, and there could be a negative impact on certain groups. And I just wanted to mention that I'm not fully sure that we should be aiming towards full transparency. I don't know that would definitely be helpful to people.
I'm not personally fully confident that that's definitely what we should do. But like you say, none of us can make that judgment until we see the information. At this stage, we're only asking for it confidentially on pink papers. And I think as councillors who are, let's face it, we're formally, legally responsible for running the council. When we request information from this committee, we should be given it in a timely fashion. That's my view. And we haven't been given it on this occasion, and I want that to change pretty quickly. So, I agree with you. I'm not there yet on let's make it public, but it doesn't increase your confidence that it's not something that should be looked at much more closely when it's not given to you, and you become suspicious. That's human nature. So Paul.
Just a very simple suggestion. I might suggest that if the information has not been provided by the next committee meeting, if you feel that's a reasonable timetable, which it seems that you do, then we extend the invitation to this committee to the officer to come and explain to all of us why, in order to support you in getting information together.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's good. People have to be that sure. Either we get the information or we get someone to tell us why we've not had the information. Okay, Johnson.
Even if it's, and just a suggestion, even if it's a case of having to shred it while we're here, then it's fine as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a high bar is set on getting pink papers. If a councillor received this information and then subsequently did something they shouldn't be doing with it, if they leaked it, for example, they would be in serious trouble. And there's obviously examples of that happening in the past. So I think officers should be confident that they can give it to us, and that we won't let them down in that respect. Tom.
Just an experience from housing scrutiny. There was some information that was very sensitive that a member asked to see, and in the end that member saw it by coming here and being shown it as a way of keeping it in the room. So as a last resort, I'd be happy for you to suggest that you go and have a look and report back your opinions on it to us, rather than report the detail if necessary, but as a last resort.
Yeah, I agree. As a last resort, but yeah, okay, that's helpful. Thanks. Okay, so there's not really anything else to say, unfortunately, on this item tonight, but we'll try and get that momentum back on that issue. Obviously, it's going to form a key part of our work programme. So that's the final issue on our agenda this evening. Thank you very much for your contributions. It's really useful, and see you again soon.